blow. I blew and her breasts rose. They fell, they rose. I blew and some wrinkles went smooth and then came back. I blew air into the bottom of her foot until lightning spots started to flash in my eyes. Right now, here and now on the movie set, waiting to hear my gangbang number get called, the talent wrangler with a stopwatch, she puts out, I put out my hand and I stop her. I touch her on the elbow just with my fingertips on the inside of one elbow and I ask, is it true what Mr. Bacardi's telling guys? Could Cassie Wright die today? And the talent wrangler tells me, vaginal embolism. She looks at me, then her eyes go back to the sheets of paper on her clipboard, still running her pen down the list of 600 names. She marks a check next to one guy. The girl twists one hand and she looks at the watch on her wrist. She check marks next to another name. She says that it takes a puff of air equivalent to blowing up a balloon. But due to the dense blood supply in a woman's pelvic region, you can force a bubble of air into her circulatory system. Quote, if a woman is pregnant, the wrangler says, then it's even easier. In one case from 2002, she says, a woman in Virginia was using a carrot for stimulation and died from an embolism. But anything with an odd shape might trap and force pockets of air into the bloodstream. Other documented cases include batteries, candles, pumpkins. Not to mention, the wrangler says, soap on a rope. Vaginally or rectally, it can happen with either hole. Every year, the wrangler says, an average of more than 900 women die this way. Each woman dies within seconds. If you need facts and figures, the wrangler says, then I recommend The Ultimate Guide to Cunnilingus by Violet Blue, or the article Venous Air Embolism, Clinical and Experimental Considerations from the August 1992 edition of Critical Care Medicine. All those years ago, blowing air into my Cassie Wright sex surrogate, I almost blacked out before I heard the hissing, a faint, soft whisper of air escaping. Filling the bathtub with water, dragging the pink skin of her down the hallway, I held her under to look for bubbles from a leak, my hands spread under the water, holding her submerged while her blonde hair swam around her face and her eyes stared up, dead, drowned. Bubbles swelled at the sides of her neck. Bubbles outlined her nipples, and